All right, so we're going to start applying this to a real world problem. So let's take a look at a real world problem involving fact families, okay? James is building a tower with wooden blocks. He has 48 blocks in all. He wants to build an 8-story tower. How many blocks should he add to each level of his tower? All right. So let's ask ourselves, what number is missing from the fact family? Is it a factor or is it the product? Will we use multiplication or division to solve for the missing number? How many blocks should James add to each level of his tower? Well, I know that he has 48 in all. So if he has, that's his total. 48 in all is going to be his total. So the total of a multiplication problem is called your product. I'm not going to be looking for my product. So if I'm not looking for my product, that means that I'm going to be missing a factor. Well, what other factor do we have that's already been given to us? He has 48 blocks in all. He wants to build an 8-story tower. How many blocks should he add to each level of his tower? 8 is the other factor, okay? So let's look here. 48 is how many he has in all. This is his total. So this is his product. Okay. 8 is a factor. We're missing another factor. All right. Now, if we knew our multiplication facts, if you know your multiplication facts, if you know that 8 times something equals 48, or something times 8 equals 48, then this isn't going to be challenging for you. This is why it is really, 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 really important that we are getting on reflex math every day for at least 20 minutes to practice our multiplication facts. All right? So if you know that 8 times something equals 48, then you know what the missing factor is. And Mrs. Garza knows her multiplication facts. And 8 times 6 equals 48, or 6 times 8 equals 48. So I already know this. The answer is 6 blocks. If you didn't get that answer, scroll back to the beginning and keep trying. Keep trying until you get it right, okay? Well, we did this one together, so you don't need to go back. But what you needed to know was that his total, this right here, it's really important to recognize that 48 is his total. Whoa, that is really big. It's really important to know that 48 is the total, meaning that's going to be the product. You're not going to have any more blocks than that. And then an 8-story tower, 8 is going to be one of your products. Okay. It's really important that we break down the word problem sentence by sentence. And we're going to be practicing more of this in the coming weeks as we go through this unit, all right, of multiplication and division, okay? So we did that. Now it's your turn to go practice on these next slides.